of the national chairman of our great party, who incidentally was a deputy governor in Kano State. He was supposed to be here, but because of the Supreme Court case that just commenced today, he had to put up appearance and represent the party. So he delegated me because of how this forum is important to him. He had kept informing me, reminding me since yesterday that I should represent him in this forum. Very importantly, I know this forum is very dear to the national chairman because at each point in time, he will draw one analogy or allusion or the other from what deputy governors are going through in Nigeria. Each time we are having meeting or we are having a gathering. So, I will say, just like he used to say, that when you get to the kingdom of God or heaven, that there's no deputy. And God created us in his image and likeness. And therefore, we, as God, does not want competitors. Deputy governors are supposed to be complementors, to complement the governors. But because of the culture of our society, our country, and our continent, where everybody, when you get into office, you do not see the office as what you see to better the lot of others. You see it as a position or situation, first of all, to help yourself and to help your friends. And in that context, you will not delegate duties appropriately as is supposed, so that everybody can be busy. You monopolize functions, all constitutional duties are on you alone, and therefore leaving the office of the deputy redundant. Deputy governors, whether we like it or not, in a country where constitutionalism is being observed, is a position that is very highly regarded. My friend, the former deputy governor of Sokoto State, His Excellency Mukhtar Shagari, was in my house yesterday, and we were discussing, and he was telling me succinctly the ordeals of what he went through while he was a deputy governor. And when you look at the summary of his discussion, you can look at it, that's exactly what all deputy governors in the states are going through. Reason is that our governors, remember they are executive governors, look at deputies as they have no place, just accept assignments or rules he assigns to them or he assigns to him. And in that context, he opens the door for sycophants to come in between him and the deputy governor. You are aware that our society today, there's no job. People graduate from the school, from the universities, they come out, they have no job. And they open up an office of sycophancy. And this office of sycophancy is when they find themselves into the government house, they combine it with calumny and mudslinging and go into the governor's office to make sure that they create animosity between the governor and his deputy. It is an instrument that they use to feed. It is a weapon that is being used to cater for themselves. So our governors who are willing to listen to them while they come to make sure they soil the relationship that is existing between the governor and the deputy. When Ezemadumere was the deputy governor of Imo State, I was the national vice chairman of Southeast of our great party, APC. And that was where I saw what the deputy governors go through. He was relegated to a mere houseboy. And I salute his loyalty. He was not part of the governance except on cases when they send in money runs. And he willingly go. Apart from, notwithstanding rather, what the Constitution has ascribed to him as his constitutional rules. But those were not there. And this happens in most of the states. And it is because there's a lot of suspicion between the governor and the deputy. The governor suspects the deputy, just as our national chairman rightly puts it, that if the governor and his deputy are going for a function, if the deputy works faster than the governor, they say the man is now pretending to be the governor. If the deputy works behind the governor, they say he's planning on how to assassinate the governor. Then if he works side by side with the governor, they say he is now rubbing shoulders with the governor. The most important thing there is, who are those saying those? Those they say. These are the sycophants that are causing the problem. If somebody is given opportunity to pick a deputy governor, and out of the millions of people in that state, he chooses you, he has good intention at that time. He sees you in good light. He believes he could work with you. But as soon as both of you are sworn in, and people who has no duty, who has no daily bread, who are looking for ways to feed themselves, they will creep in and become advisors, devilish advisors to the governor, to feed him with lies about the deputy governor, make sure he soil their relationship. When the chairman of the forum was giving his keynote address, he pointed it out that some people just came together and said, let them make sure that they make some people feel unhappy. Let them make sure that they soil the relationship between him and his governor. That was not the intention of the governor. The governor never proposes or never wanted that. But as they go and they keep harping that into his ears, he will become suspicious of his deputy. And that is what is the scenario that is playing in this country. And whether I like it or not, there's so much hunger in this country now. There's so much hunger. People must find themselves jobs to do, no matter the job. And the job of talking to a governor is a big job. If governor can give you a listening ear, it's a very big job. And if you don't tell governor what he wants to hear, he will not even allow you to come tomorrow. So it's a good business when you tell him that his deputy is trying to kill him, that his deputy wants to take over from him, that the deputy is doing this, that the deputy is doing that. He would want to hear that, and you come with that every day, and you'll be always finding money in your pocket. And that is the situation we find ourselves. In an advanced country, it may not be like that, because the Constitution had given everybody rules. And therefore, I am happy that you, the deputy governors, had decided to come together and form yourself into a forum and embark on this advocacy. As you create awareness, as you meet people and talk to leaders of our country, there is need to constitutionally give roles to the deputy governors. If we give roles to the deputy governors in the Constitution, it will cut the barest minimum the oppression they are suffering. Because when a governor knows that these are assigned roles to the deputy governor, I wouldn't think he will trample upon it or he will demean those functions. Secondly, I feel that that deputy governors, most of the time, if you are picked as a deputy governor, you make yourself indispensable. How can you be indispensable? By making sure that you churn out ideas that can help the state move forward. There are some ideas you bring before your principal, which he will know that you are a viable material and he cannot do without you. You just don't be a deputy governor that you sit down until when you are given instruction. The office of deputy governor is an exalted office. And whoever that should occupy that office must be able to churn out ideas that can move a state forward. If a deputy governor cannot be able to churn ideas and is depending on roles that will be assigned to him, there are so many functions, there are so many things that are left undone that a deputy governor can look at and write memos and introduce to the governor. If you do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, you become very indispensable to the governor, whether he likes it or not. So I encourage the deputy governors to make sure you make yourself useful. Don't wait until they give you functions. Create one. Create some functions which you know that are very beneficial to the state where you are governing. In Ondo State, now, we have a case at hand. We just had a meeting the other day with the legislators, and that is where the issue of deputy governor is being played out, or rather, what the deputy governors are going through, where it's being played out. His principal is not feeling very well.